Welcome to the Weekly Spark from Ignite Youth Group out of Eastgate Baptist Church, where we try to keep Christianity on fire in a world that tries to snuff it out.
Hello there, gentlemen. Welcome to the Weekly Spark. Let's get right into it. We've been talking about different characters in Proverbs. In the last few weeks, we've been going over the fool, and we're going to be talking about the fool today. But today, we're going to specifically be talking about the anger of a fool. In the Bible, there is this connection between fools and their anger. The Bible says in Proverbs 12:16, a fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covers shame. So a fool is known by his wrath. If he's soon angry, that's one of the marks of a fool. And it's not someone who is just angry, but someone who is soon angry is a fool. Proverbs 14:17, he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated. Means that foolish, the word dealeth means that he that is soon angry causes foolishness, and he not causes foolishness, and he is foolish. Proverbs 14:29, it says, he that is slow to wrath is of great understanding, but he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly. He that is hasty in his spirit exalts folly. Ecclesiastes 7:9, also written by Solomon, says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Fools are known as angry people, and people who are known by their anger are fools. Fools are the ones who let every little thing blow their top. They are easily offended, and they cannot control their emotions. And because they lack self-control with their emotions, they become controlled by their emotions. If you do not control your anger will control you. And it will get you in trouble. You know, you see it all the time in sports. Someone who is angry costs their teams by getting mad at the officials. I know I've seen that several times watching sports, and when I played sports, I was kind of the ones who was that. When I was, a foolish high schooler, I was playing in a high school basketball tournament. This was an AAU tournament. When I was high school, I was like in between 15 to 17, and our team was up by about 15 points with under 2 minutes left. Game was basically decided. So, one of my teammates threw me the ball, and it was a little high, so I jumped up to catch it. And I jumped up, and I'm coming down. This guy, he just bumps me, and I lose my balance. So the ref calls a travel when I thought he should call it a foul. So I yelled at the ref. Like I said, I was a foolish high schooler, and the reason why that my coach got upset with me was because part of the seeding in the tournament, like you played 3 pool games and then they would seed you, part of how you got seeded was point differential. And that was one of the tiebreakers. So I was giving the other team free chance at easy points that could have hurt us by not getting us the best seed. And that was just one example, and that's the mark of a fool. That's the mark of a fool. Fools are known by their anger. And there is a danger in being an angry person. Number one danger is that you're confident in sin. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rages and is confident. A fool rages and is confident, meaning when someone is angry, they justify what they are doing is right. I thought, I was justified in yelling at the ref. And times where I've gotten mad playing sports, I thought it was justified. And I thought that's because I was being no different than a fool. Because a fool is confident in their rage. They're confident in sin. Meaning that when their anger causes them to sin, they don't think it's a big deal because they believe it is justified. That's because they are controlled by their anger. So we need to make sure that we are not controlled by our anger. And if we get angry and we justify it, that's one way to show that we are confident in sin. So you got people who, they're driving and this person cuts them off, and then they yell and people say like, you don't need to yell. And they go like, they cut me off. That's what they are confident in their anger. So first danger is being confident in sin. The second danger is that they are vulnerable. they are vulnerable. What do I mean by that? Let me read these verses, then we'll expound upon what I mean by vulnerable. Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Proverbs 25:28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So someone who can control their own spirit is better than he that taketh a city and better than the mighty. But someone who cannot rule their own spirit, someone who just gets angry, it says that he is like a city that is broken down and without walls. Meaning that they are vulnerable to attack. Because they can't control their spirit. They are ruled by their spirit. They are ruled by their anger. It just causes pain. It causes heartache. Sometimes people who have, punched a computer in anger, they have to pay for a new computer. People go to jail because they get angry. And they're just vulnerable, and then there's just all these attacks. And sin, they are vulnerable to sin. Someone who is angry thinks that they are in control, but really they are not. Sin is in control. And they think that, I can handle it, but they really can't. And then there's going to be all this stress and heartache and damage because of their anger. So that's what I mean by vulnerable. So we need to be people who are not soon angry. We need to, and a lot of times we men, us guys, we like to say, and even men do it. They like to say, older men do it. They say that, anger is a mark of manhood. We think that men are allowed to just blow off their temper, and no, we are not. We need to be people who are self-controlled. Fools lose their temper. Fools get angry soon. But someone who is wise can control their own spirit. They are not going to get they're not going to lose their temper. And not all anger is sin. Jesus got angry. The Bible talks about God getting angry. And Jesus is God, and neither God the Father nor God the Son ever sinned. The Bible says, be ye angry and sin not, meaning we should not allow us to get sinfully angry where we lose our temper and we're yelling at everyone, and we're yelling at everyone. We have no control over our spirit. We need to avoid that, and we need to be wise. So that's this week's Weekly Spark. See you next week.